Welcome to the next round of Big Thursday Night Modern at MagicCon Vienna. My name is Michael and joining me is Walter. So to the left we have Gabriel playing, I think he's playing like a thing in the eyes or...
It's Blue Red Delver. It's Blue Red Delver.
Blue Red
with thing in the
Delver
eyes,
version, the thing in the eyes. And to the right we have Marcel playing Burn, I guess, or...
Yeah, exactly. He's playing Burn. So Gabriel's deck, it's Blue Red Delver, and his creature base is 4 Delver of Secrets, 3 Thing in the Ice, 3 Young Pyromancers, 2 Bedlam Revelers, and a 1 of Snapcaster Mage. He would play more, but Snapcaster Mage not the cheapest card. You need to work with what you've got access to, and it's still a very, very nice build here.
And now it's over 100 euros, I think, or?
Yeah, I think it's
so.
really, really expensive. Yeah, it's not a card where you just say, oh, just buy 3 Snapcasters unless you have a lot of spare money lying around. But I totally got that. It took me like 3 years to buy Liliana of the Veils, and I always played decks where I wanted them.
Well, do you know what it means? Playing 4 Snapcaster Mages or paying the rent for 1 month?
That's true, it's true. It's like a pretty good comparison. And yeah, Gabriel also has a very diversified spell suite here.
So we do see a turn 1 mountain, snow-covered mountain.
But generally I would favor Burn in this matchup. This is snow-covered mountain.
Is this a snow-covered mountain in Modern? No, in Modern it's okay. Or
yeah, of course you can play a snow-covered mountain in Modern. It's a legal card.
Yeah, because of the reprint, Cold Snap.
Yeah,
which
there's red. There is red.
Sorry, dude. Cold Snap counts as part of the Ice Age block. They just took their time when releasing the second set.
It was the third set. Alliances was the second set. Yeah. Okay. And Eidolon gets bolted. Eidolon very nice here. And we'll see. I think still the ban is here favored because ban has a lot of threats and damage. And the Delver deck doesn't have any life gain and not the fastest clock, generally speaking. Thing in the Ice, though, is annoying because the ban player can't get rid of it without 2-for-1ing themselves, really.
True that.
Here we see Izzet is also a 2 of Gabriel's deck. We saw it in his library, sorry. It's a very, very sweet card.
Sure, and Thing in the Ice is, I think, one of the ways you can win with the Blue-Red Delver deck against Burn. Because you can set it up really nicely that you just need a hit or
it's
maybe
a
3-turn
clock, yeah. It's a 3-turn clock.
Yeah, it's a 3-turn clock by itself, but he's playing Blue-Red Delver. And if he's not playing any Burn spells, I think...
He's playing bolts and he's playing a couple of other... Yeah, he's playing a forked bolt, I think, is 1 of 2. And we see Goblin Guide attack, and now you don't really want to block because then you just die. Your thing dies to 1 bolt.
This is kind of a strange throw from the brown player because usually... Oh, okay. Searing Blaze, thank you. Ooh, big misplay there. Yeah, no, okay. Boros? Boros Charm? He's looking at a... Why? What?
He's giving a double strike. He thinks the Boros Charm is worth less than the Lightning Helix in his hand because the Lightning Helix can go to creatures and he wants to be a bit more controlling. So he's using the Boros Charm here as a creature removal spell instead of a 4 damage spell because he wants to have a more flexible creature removal spell. The annoying thing is this would be good if the follow-up would have been a Young Pyromancer or a Delver or something you want to get rid of, but now we have the Thing in the Ice again. But maybe Gabriel blocks again and then you can Lightning Helix it.
But now Gabriel's kind of forced to play Lightning Bolt on the Goblin Guide and he's doing it right now.
Yeah, I would agree with doing that here. That's nice, and now you have that thing set up and yeah.
So we do see another inspiring Vantage, I guess, from the top.
Because Gabriel still at 14 life here. That is a lot against Burn. That is 4-3 damage spells you survive. And here we see Marcel playing around counter spells, main phasing that Lightning Helix to the face. But we see he's just got another land and another land.
So
just lands while he would need to draw like 4 burn spells here. And we see Gabriel's hand is stacked. Marcel was smart to play around.
Gabriel's hand is not stacked. It's 2 lands, 1 Serum Visions,
and the Logic Knot. That's great. You're setting up with the Serum Visions, you're flipping it, you have... I think this is very, very good hand in this position here. With the Serum Visions, you will set it up, you will flip that, and you have a counter spell. Having that counter spell is so important.
This is important, but do you know the difference between a good hand and a stacked hand?
In this matchup, this is the best Gabriel can have. So it's stacked. Now he draws a Spell Pierce. Now it's even better. And now he has the choice between a Young Pyromancer, which I would bottom because he just wants spells, I think, to flip that. And the other card he leaves on top, which means it's probably a spell.
Why does he want to have spells to flip that with 2 spells in his hand and 2 counters left on Thing in the Ice?
What because you're not gonna logic not something if Marcel doesn't play anything. You want to have a second spell where you can flip it that is not a counter, a proactive spell.
Okay. This is
You
true.
just
So
have
there's
two
a-
counters in hand.
So
Yeah.
there's a lightning bolt on top, or?
I
Have
think
you seen
I didn't see it, but it was some sort of spell. I wasn't sure. The second card was a young pyromancer, and that went to the bottom. That's for sure.
Seems like Gabriel is in hand in this match currently.
Yeah, Gabriel is far ahead here. Marcel just needs to do running big burn spells.
So what do we
And
see
hope
here?
that works out. Scar... No, was it Scar?
Scarcrack?
Might have been
I'm not sure.
Scarcrack.
For
I'm
the
not sure. But
Archer
yeah, it was. You were right. It was a bolt that was left on top here. And now here you can just pass. What do you know what would have been split? Both spell pierce your opponent, pay for your spell pierce, hit your opponent for 10. I think I would have maybe liked that play.
Ooh.
Because you can flip the thing now and you hit them
Yeah,
for 10.
and you're still on
just-
healthy
yeah.
10. You're healthy at 10.
And you
life
still
there.
have the logic knot up the following turn. I would have done that here. I think that's nice.
I would have for sure counted, yeah.
I would have also countered that. Yeah, now
Okay.
you're not countering that because you just bolted. That's fair. You're not countering creature.
Well, if you would have countered it, you could have flipped your thing in the ice and still have...
Yeah, no, but if you didn't flip it earlier, now this is the best play. But I would have liked doing the spell pierce. line.
Just for your information, Spell Pierce is a dead card now.
I know.
So I would have at least Spell Pierced the Scarcrack.
I would have
With
spell
still
pierced
free
my
mana-
own lightning bolt at some point. But
With
yeah.
still 3 mana open for Lightning Bolt and the counter spell.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing the spell pierce does is ensure that Marcel doesn't resolve 2 spells in the same turn. And it's nice if he has 2 spells and you logic not the first one, then you can spell pierce the second one if you both wants to play him in the turn. So it's not dead, but I agree. I would have much liked to have a 7/8 attacking horror already on the board here.
Yes.
And now the thing is, if the thing flips, it'll bounce the Delver.
Yes, true that.
But yeah, bold is nice. Is Delver an insect horror? Is it an insect
It
horror?
might be an insect horror, but he's not.
No, it's probably not an insect horror because otherwise he wouldn't make that play. Or so I'm not sure. Maybe that's why he's not making that play now.
Okay.
But it's still weird. I'm not
Would have still
completely
attacked.
getting it. Yeah. Not
Clock is
sure if
very
the
important.
insect elaboration is a horror or not, but I don't think it is.
Because
It's a
the-
human insect, maybe. Now Delver will get Searing Blast here, so that's actually nice because now if you bolt face, you get to return the Delver and it doesn't die. You
Yeah.
still get the 3 damage of
If
Searing
it's
Blast
not a
because it
horror.
has 2 targets.
I'm not sure what it is. Because it's an insect for sure, but the second time I don't know.
Might be human insect because it's a human turning into insect, so I'm sure there's still some humanness left because
Cannot read
Yeah.
it.
we just see Logic Knot here and 3 cards delved, so not able to pay for that here, Marcel is. And yes, we see the
So
Delver
counter
getting
that
bounced,
nicely.
and now Delver should be flipped when it's bounced, and we have the Evoken Horror in play.
But this was a
7/8.
sweet frog there from Gabriel. Now if he's going to play Delver again,
Yeah,
he only has
he has
mana
Spell Pierce
before
and Bolt
Lightning
up, that's nice, yeah.
Yeah, but he can only play one.
I know he can play one or the other, but still.
So
There's no need to Spell Pierce here on anything, but still. You get to Bolt.
let me have
Something.
a quick glimpse at Gabriel's hand. Basically,
It's Bolt Pierce on the land, right? Rift Bolt here, but
I
suspended, not
would
hardcast.
not have done that.
I would have hardcasted and
Sure, for 1 mana there's
Yeah.
nothing you can do. Okay, this is a
Ooh.
really bad draw there from Gabriel.
dismember not what he wants here, but it still flips the Delver even if it's a bad draw. Now he's hitting
Doesn't
in
matter.
for 10 here.
This all really doesn't matter. There just needs to be
A Boros Charm off the
Boros
top
Charm
is
off
the
the top.
only thing that kills him, but otherwise he's dead on board, so he needs to have that Boros Charm here, because with the Bolt, Gabriel
Does
has
he have
access
it?
to
This is the big
13
question.
damage. I
What did
don't
he draw
think
for
so.
his
You would have
turn?
smashed it if you had it.
Okay, 1.
But
No,
if it's
no,
not
no.
a Boros Charm, he needs to kill Delver, otherwise he's dead. And then go to 1. So it's not Boros Charm, he
Still
needs to-
dead.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
just dead
this
here.
is this is
He's
dead.
not dead here, but he's going to 1, so he has another redraw on the Boros Charm if there's nothing drawn here. Because he just bolt the Swift Spear and hit for 10.
big is the horror? 7?
7, yeah,
Seven,
yeah.
okay.
You bolt the Swift Spear and then you get Marcel to 1 and then you hope he doesn't draw a Boros Charm.
Sure.
That's fair.
But there are still odds there for myself.
Yeah,
Just
there is.
one
There
Boros
are,
charm from top, and
there are
it
3
is
Boros Jumps left in his
all
deck
over.
after he used that 1 Boros Jump for the very, very rarely seen sweet double strike on that Goblin Guide. I did like that play, it didn't pay off, but I totally got where it was coming from, and I agree. It was nice. Also, I never see that.
GG's
Never
there.
ever. But yeah, here at game 1, going to Blue-Red Delver in what I still think is not a very favorable matchup for the Delver deck here.
Nope.
But Marcel just flooded quite a bit, and yeah, the horror flipped, counter spells were drawn, and Gabriel killed him. Even though I think Gabriel played this game too conservatively.
Would say so too, because he played into his opponent's best place at
Yeah,
this
I
moment.
really would have loved to see the bold spell pierce when he had 4 mana and 2 counters on the thing. Bold spell pierce, my pole, pay for it, hit you. That would have been amazing. It would have ended the game like 3 turns early or something. But now we see some nice cards here in Gabriel's side, but this spell is great. Blood Moon not so great.
Nope.
Pia and Kira not so great. We'll see what his has. Here's X. Yeah.
And Marcel is looking currently at his path to exile. He might be thinking about Fingy DS, and I'm quite sure I would board him.
I would definitely board it apart to exit. The thing just kills you so much faster than everything else in the deck.
Buys you a lot of
Super
time.
annoying. Also, Marcel has a sweet, nice card here. I think he has it's a 2 of in his sideboard. More often seen in Legacy Burn than in Modern, but coming to Modern here, Exquisite Firecraft from Magic Origins with Spell Mastery, where you have 2 instants of sorcerers in your grave, it is uncounterable 4 damage. So that is very nice. It's also another card that is able to take down Thing in the Eyes, whether you have Spell Mastery
sure,
or not,
would've-
because it's 4.
yeah.
So maybe you don't even need the paths if you have those, but you would also like to have the Exquisite Firecraft to just finish off your opponent with 4 uncounterable to the face.
Sure, maybe he's going to board in a mixture of these 2 cards. And what I've seen from Gabriel, yeah, he's playing like 3 Dismember in the main, and they all have to
I think
go.
it's
They have
2
to go.
Dismember, but yeah.
Two or 3 I've seen, and they all have to go to.
Yeah, they just really
Really bad
bad
in
against
this
Burn, can't take 4 damage. Also, Marcel has been testing this quite a bit because he's testing for GP Prague. He says the Exquisite Firecrafts are great. He said there are often problems against control closing out the game, and having the 2 of just means sometimes your opponent is at 4 life and they sit behind a wall on counter spells. You just get to kill them and not give them time to draw more counter spells or life gain. So it's a nice card here if control is popular. With the printing of the Fairy, Cheska control got a big push and resurgence in the
You're
meta.
like saying if control is popular after GP Barcelona, where half of the top 8 were a control decks.
I mean,
3
yeah, Dredge won,
blue
but yeah.
white and one chess guy.
And chess guy, Javier Dominguez, going 14-01 in the Swiss at GP Barcelona with chess guy control.
6 stars.
With the whole win cons in his deck being 4 Snapcaster Mages, 1 Secure, whereas 2 Teferi and a bunch of Celestial Colonnades. And he...
Do you know how many
the
buys
draw-
he had?
He had 3 buys, but still.
So he basically went close to the. No, he went worse than the guy I played against.
Why? He didn't
Just-
lose anything.
No,
The
he
guy
did
who
not
played
lose
against lost
anything, but
something.
the guy against I played naturally went X3.
Yeah,
without
sure,
any
but
buys.
he
This
lost
is
3
great, yeah.
matches. Javier Dominguez didn't lose any. And if you're asking whether that draw was an unintentional draw, no, it wasn't. It was an intentional draw in the very last round of the tournament, locking up number 1 seed here. So that's impressive, I think. Playing that Cheska control deck, not getting any unintentional draws. Very tight play here.
You know what also an intentional draw was?
What?
The 9th place, sadly.
Ah, yeah, sure. There was like an Austrian guy somehow thinking that a draw would lock up top 8, and then unfortunately he got 9th. I have not experienced that yet myself, but it must feel really horrible, especially on a GP level. So condolences here, and we still see our player sideboarding. Marcel, very deliberate, thinking again, taking another look at his sideboard here, putting 2 more cards in. We'll see what they are. Yeah, Gabriel busily shuffling.
That's the whole story. I cannot say anything more to it, Walter.
What do you think the cards Marcel is bringing are here? Any other things except for the paths and the Exquisite Firecraft that sounds appealing to you in this matchup?
No, not really.
What about a Relic of Progenitus?
No. Not really.
Okay,
Why?
sure. I don't know, because it's a blue red.
Because you want to miss out on damage?
You can crack it and then somehow
Miss on damage and spend some of your limited resources you have in
It triggers Monastery Swift Spear's prowess.
You do know that Gabriel is playing like removal in form of lightning bolt and some
Sure,
other
but you
stuff.
really want to save with Gabriel's deck. You really want to save the bolts for the Eidolons. You need to get rid of Eidolons. Gabriel's deck here is playing, I think, 4 Cerevisions and 4 Opts, the full 8, to be able to smoothly churn through his thing in the Ices and Pyromancers.
Still
so he's playing a
better
full
to
8 cantrip. So yeah, I know that Relic is not great. All I'm saying is that you cannot afford to bolt every Swift Spear and Goblin Guide if this is the only removal spell you have access to, because you just die to those Eidolons otherwise.
No, he still has Roast.
Roast is such a bad magic card. Roast is such a bad magic card. You need it sometimes, but it's not for this matchup. Roast is to kill
like
those
it in
Tamil
limited.
Guides or something. Sure, it's great in limited. You had to play the standard. The only deck it felt good in was in the mono red sideboard. Playing this card in mono red sideboard against 4/5 toughness creatures, that feels good. Playing against your in your modern twin deck,
But
never felt
in
good. Playing it in your modern blue red deck.
Standard, you know what? Fight with Fire is a lot better because the kicker is just a high upside, so you can stand damage straight to the face. So.
Sure. But Roast's not a bad card, and modern 2 mana is obviously a lot better.
Ooh, Swifty boy.
and
do we
for one-
Wait, do we see a lightning bolt? In
You
his
know
hand or
that
something to
Swifty
handle it?
is a girl, not a boy.
Boy is regardless of gender.
What?
It's
I'm
like
not
dude.
sure. I'm not sure. I think
You-
boy
you
is more
can,
gender
but-
specific. But okay, sure. But we see it get bolted here, and we see Marcel has the Eidolon to follow it up, but we see an Electrolyze here, I think, on the right of Gabriel's hand, which will be able to kill the Eidolon, but only on turn 3. So if the turn 2, here is just cantrips or something done, that Eidolon might either stump the development of Gabriel because he doesn't play any spells, so it might deal him a couple points of damage here.
No, if I don't know, comes down, it would be really, really great for Marcel there.
Because he's fetching here, so that to me either means Eidolon, or it means 2 1-drops, or it means Swift Spear plus a Lava Spike.
Please, Marcel. No rest in peace now. Please, just please don't play
It'll be
rest in peace now.
Sure, it's rest
Don't,
in peace.
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that to me. Eidolon it is. I know.
Main phase Lightning Helix to play around the spell is not the Boros
No
Charm.
Boros Charm,
Okay,
okay.
sure. That's fair. That's fair. I like Marcel consistently just main phasing those spells when he can. It's fine. There's no point not doing it, especially with Boros Charm.
So, what is Gabriel going to do here? Is he going... Okay, he's straight up playing
Delver.
Delver of Secrets with Opt in his hand.
Not bad. He can fetch for Island, only take 1 opt end of turn. And he also has a Bedlam Reveler in hand to refuel, which is not only great in Modern Pyromancer, but also very nice here in this cantrip heavy blue-red Delver deck. And we see Marcel again, way too many lands drawn here. He's flooding, and we see if he has some good stuff to play here. I think if you wanna main phase your burn spells, you should continue main phasing them, because at least you're playing around Logic Knot or Negate now.
Sure. You should do that.
So yeah, let's see what.
So, what do we see here? Oh, we see a Grim Lavamancer.
Yeah. Not as nice looking as the Torment version here. I think this is the Fire and Lightning one. Another Boros Jump. This is not the best sequencing. I would have liked the sequencing the other way around, because I would prefer my Boros Jump to resolve on my Lavamancer here.
So, Walter, just answer me one question.
Yeah.
Where exactly have you seen this Electrolyze?
I thought he had one in
No.
hand. Is it Charm? I think it was a gold card.
No. No
Sure.
gold card in his hand.
No gold card in his hand. Okay, then I'm hallucinating then. We see what else he has got in hand.
Right now. 2 more lands, 1 more land, no, 2 more lands up.
Yeah, I'm not
he
sure
didn't
what I
opt
thought the
end of turn?
Electrolyze was.
No, it's a peak. Or?
It was a... No, this is not... It might be a peak. Peak also a one-off in Gabriel's list as a 9th 1-mana cantrip. Just also getting a bit of additional information here, but I'm not sure if it's a 1-mana instant cantrip, and also there's an opt in his hand too now.
Why
But
didn't he
do that for the
fetch for
turn.
Steam Vents? If he didn't do anything. Or didn't
I
multi-game?
am not sure, and he's just hitting for 1 with the Delver.
Ooh, no
But
removal
now,
in
I
his-
know why I didn't, because he has the Pyromancer in hand. He has young Peasy in hand. He wants to get additional value out of the young
sure.
Peasy. Very, very
Okay.
nice. So now he's just gonna play Peasy, and then he's gonna play 1-mana instant of his choice. Maybe opting in Marcel's roster or something. But what he's playing, not playing young Peasy now? He's opting first?
I do not understand.
I'm just not sure what is happening, what he's looking for. Now you can't play the PC. Now, okay, you're just setting up. Maybe
Okay,
you're
this
just
here
digging for
for
counter
poker.
spells. Now we see an Electrolyze here. I would put that to the bottom because you already has the fourth board. Electro is not great, but keep that dispel on top. That's
So,
what I would do.
Dispel on top, Electrolyze to bottom, cast Fogbolt, go.
Yeah. He has already played a land, right? Because Marcel was on the play. and
He
Marcel
has
is
already
not.
played a land, yes.
Sure. Yeah. And one upstairs, one to the Lavamancer. Lavamancer dead. Marcel reading Fogboard, being like, okay, sure, not great for him here. Because he has one more land in hand, and I think it was a Lightning Helix, the last card. So that is...
Is this another Boros Charm
this
or
is
what
a
is this?
Lightning Bolt here.
This is a Lightning Bolt here. Okay, great 3-mana burn spell.
And he has
Not too bad.
Yeah, sure. 3 damage burns, but you mean not 3 mana. But
Yes,
now
3 damage.
it was Boros Charm, not a
Boros
Lightning
Charm
Helix.
into Lightning Bolt.
So
Was
he
sick.
can just... I would just bolt his face main face here. Because then it's down to 3.
Yeah, or maybe...
Yeah, because
response.
now in the upkeep, before he draws that dispel,
Come on, do it. No, yeah.
he's
do
like,
it, do it.
Gabriel is even asking, may I draw? And he's like, no, I'll bolt you here. I think that works,
Down
but
to
he
3,
can.
down to 3.
No, he has the peak in response.
Is peek an instant?
Yeah, peak is an instant. Sure,
Are
it
you
is.
sure?
Yeah, 100%. I know my magic cards. Peak
Ye-
was first
no.
first played by Patrick Dickman when he won a GP with Blue Red Splinter Trade, or Patrick Dickmann if you pronounce him in German, which is his language and the country is coming from is Germany. But hey, maybe you pronounce it Dickman in English. It sounds like nice.
Okay, so draw for the turn for Gabriel. Is a charm, sweet. I think, but he 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't need.
But
to
now
draw.
it sucks for Marcel because he needs to draw 2 burn spells while there's a flip Delver on the board and Gabriel has
He
massive
cannot
amounts of cards.
play the Steam Vents.
You cannot play it on tap, but it's
cannot
fine.
do
You
that.
get to Reveler later and it's still fine. Marcel needs to draw 2 burn spells here.
But he's drawing lands.
Yeah, that sucks.
Basically, all lands.
And now he's like, fetch, sure, thin out the deck a little. Because 11 and 12 is not really
Or
different
is
here with
it-
the Delver on the
no.
board. I think that doesn't change the clock.
They're
But
n-
we also see that is a charm probably not doing much here.
No, but there needs to be a burn spell in his hand right now, else this game doesn't look good for him.
No, because
Hopefully-
this is a fast clock here, but no burn spell
No
here.
burn spell
Let's Gabriel on tap. Gabriel draws another Delver, so attacking for 3 with the Insectile Aberration. And now we see if he already wants to go for that. He might just go for the PC here, and the Delver, or just
Why?
the PC, or might also just Reveler. I would just
wait.
Reveler. Yeah, no PC, because Reveler could draw your counter, but that's okay. Like if Marcel drew 1 burn spell here, now is the second one, but this is just more lands, right?
But I'm not
Is this
sure about this.
2
play.
lands?
No, 2 lands again, I think. Arid Mesa, and we will see. What does he have?
Yeah,
in his hand? Which land
that
is
sucks for Marcel here.
it? He's flooding badly.
The burn deck drawing more than 4 lands is just a sign of things not going well, especially if you don't get damage in with your creatures. No point of damage dealt with the creature by Marcel or the damage dealt by burn spell steps. Swift, the Lavamancer got folk bolted, and the Swift Spear, she got lightning bolted on turn 1. So Swift
Attack
Spear
for
got
5?
1 damage in. Attack for 5.
Will
Down to
now
3.
cast nothing. Okay.
Nothing is fine here, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
You can, if there's a burn spell in
Do we see a
response, you
third
can
land?
Isacham loot and try
Now
to find
he's
a
drawing
counter.
the Eidolon. Ugh.
This
Sadly,
is
this is
way
game over.
too late, and I would recommend conceding the game here for Marcel.
Conceding is recommended.
Marcel is like, do you do anything against me? I don't know. Okay, then I'll scoop. What do you want to do?
Marcel is dead on board, dead with the cards in Gabriel's hand. He was very unlucky.
Marcel
in this
is like,
game.
I want to have my extra time in the feature match area. I will not concede. I will take the Delver damage and die. Whee! Flying in, not flying in.
No, just attack with the Delver. Just attack with the Delver.
Gabriel is like, what could go wrong now? At least Marcel managed
Just
to psych him
attack
out
with
of
the
it.
Delver.
Yeah.
If he's using his mana, you just kill it. Okay.
He's attacking with both. That's just fine too.
This is perfectly fine. I would have always attacked with 2 in this situation, but I think
Yeah, and
only
the
attacking with
handshake,
Jabba is
and showing 2 more lands, unfortunately.
Wow,
Gabriel is like,
the
I
flood
did
is
easy
real.
charm here, and I had some threats, but that's nice. And yeah, Gabriel, nice deck here. He already won 1 big Thursday Night Modern this year with Blue Red Tail. Well, let's see what is happening now. At least he's undefeated after round 3 here with a 3-0, beating Marcel. So yeah, let's see. We might see him again in the next round, right?
Hopefully we are seeing him again in the next
Oh, we
round,
have
but I'm
features.
sure
Not sure. Let's surprise.
So
Have a surprise.
if you like what we are doing, subscribe to our channel, click on the bell so you get a notification every time when we upload a new video. And if you like this video especially, please give it a thumbs up, or even if you dislike it, just a thumbs down. Each form of advertisement is good advertisement. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.
See ya.